Now, Family Bank Group has recorded a 131.6% growth in profit before tax to earn 3.3 billion shillings for the year ended 31st December 2021. The growth in earnings was largely driven by an increase in interest income, marginal growth in interest expenses and operating expenses, coupled with a reduction in the loan loss provision. Details of this and more in our corporate briefs.
Family Bank Group's total assets grew by 23% to close at 111.7 billion shillings, driven by net loans and advances, which expanded by 18.2% to 66.9 billion shillings. Customer deposits increased by 17% to 81.9 billion shillings. The group's operating expenses decreased by 2.8% to 7.5 billion shillings from 7.7 billion shillings, mainly driven by prudent management of operating costs and a reduction in loan loss provisions. Family Bank Chief Executive Officer Rebecca Mbithi said the overall growth demonstrates the group's resilience and recovery of customers from the COVID-19 pandemic effects. On the back of the strong performance, the directors have proposed 1.1 billion shillings, which is 83 cents per share dividend payout, subject to shareholders' approval.
At 400 million, this was.
Elsewhere, Dimkes Sacco has recorded a 20.5% growth in assets to 2.11 billion shillings from the previous 1.75 billion shillings. The lender attributed its growth to technological innovations through their mobile platform. They say the platform enhanced financial inclusion that increased lending activities as the global economy opened up gradually. The lending institution recorded a revenue growth of 26.3% to 302.3 million shillings in 2021, up from 239.7 million shillings in 2020, which allowed for the uptake of new products such as e-loan and interest gained from other SACCO investments.
Made a significant stride on embracing technology for the safety of members' funds and convenience in transactions. Some of the key services adopted last year was the change of mobile app and USSD, and we wish to recognize the role played by our Mchepuka mobile platform in deepening financial inclusion. The project overall goal is to increase access to finance for small and medium enterprises, those are the SMEs, through the rollout of an SME finance toolkit.
Finally, Mortein Doom has partnered with artist Wahu Kagwi as they roll out a national anti-malaria campaign to reaffirm their commitment in the global fight against malaria in the country. The alliance was aimed at creating awareness on the ever-present threat malaria has had on the country, as well as its impacts.
The brand is stepping up further in creating an awareness campaign that will run throughout the year, and in support of the great initiatives taken by the malaria division, with the vision of minimizing or decreasing the malaria cases and death resultant of that.
There's a lot to be done towards the fight to end malaria. There's quite a lot, and like I said earlier, I think I'm more than glad to use my social platforms to raise awareness, especially as we move forward towards World Malaria Day, which is on the 25th of April.